Hey everyone, we're here at the World Series of Team Roping finale. I'm Amy Wilson up here at the EQN Sports Desk driven by Holiday Auto Group and excited to do a sponsor highlight with none other than Dr. Harry Anderson from Total Feeds. It's great to see you. Thanks for coming up.
Great to see you, Amy. I don't get to work with you very often anymore.
I know it's fun to have the chance to meet up here in Las Vegas and get to talk about everything that Total Feeds is involved in. You sponsor so many different events. Your booth is actually directly across from our set here, so you've had the chance to visit with a lot of people already, haven't you?
I know, and I've been watching everybody going on here.
Yeah, we get the chance to talk to a lot of happy people here on this desk, so that's a lot of fun. Talk more about Total Feeds specifically for anyone who isn't familiar with your brand and your product. It started back in 2000 when you came up with the formula to help horses and other animals.
Right, and today it's the same formula as I wrote down on a piece of paper in the year 2000, so we're quite pleased with that we haven't had to change anything and do any moving around on ingredients or anything except add a product. But Total Equine is the most simple and safe product that I think there is on the market. It is safe because you can feed 2 pounds a day, 4 pounds a day, 20 pounds a day, 30 pounds a day, it doesn't matter, and you will not hurt a horse. We've had people feed as much as 40 pounds a day. They swear that they were feeding 40 pounds a day when I challenged them. They said, I weigh it. I know how much I'm feeding. And okay, I'll trust you then. And the horse was fine. So that's
probably
horse. One of the best things that I can say that makes everybody feel comfortable. But also, I developed a program that is so digestible. You know, with the extrusion, which a lot of people don't know what extrusion is, but it's putting it through a long hot tube with a little moisture, and then they force it under pressure through at the end, a place where little tiny holes in it, and it kind of breaks up the starches and the fiber in it. And so the surface area for the enzymes in the small intestine can digest, and basically any starch in there, any non-structural carbohydrate is digested in the small intestine enzymatically, never gets into the hind gut. That's why we don't colic or founder horses. And now, can horses colic while they're on it? Absolutely. Big weather change, quit drinking, have poor quality hay, gets compacted, and we get an impaction. That's not due to the Total Equine. That's due to if you're feeding Total Equine, you rarely ever have that. Mm-hmm. But if you do, this is something I have done over and over again. If they call me and they have an impacted horse, I say, take them off any hay, free choice Total Equine, water, and within 24 to 36 hours, that lump is all gone.
That's amazing. It's so interesting always to hear you break it down and explain the science behind it all. And I do feel like I hear from people who use Total Equine, whether it be in the heat of the summer and they're trying to get a horse to drink more and they put a handful in the water bucket, or even in the winter when you need them to continue drinking and stay hydrated. It's a great product to help them keep drinking.
That little thing you just described there basically works 100% of the time. I've never had anybody tell me that didn't work.
Yeah.
So if they know what Total Equine smells like and you throw it in water, they're going to go get it.
Yeah.
And that's what we're doing, is we're forcing them to drink the water to get the feed.
Yeah.
So
I know you always encourage people, take before pictures, and
yes.
Then you can take after pictures and you can see the difference for yourself. You'll see it with your own eyes, of course, but it's great to have those photos, and you get a lot of good testimonies and feedback, don't you?
Oh, yes. I've had some here at the roping that I find very exciting, and that is the old horse. I had somebody come through 2 days ago and tell me a story about a 40-year-old horse that they bought for their kids to teach their kids when it was 30. Put it on Total Equine. Today it's 40, and the horse is still working.
40 years old, 40.
Yeah,
that
40.
That is old for a horse, isn't it?
Had one today, came by with a 36-year-old that's still not really working, but helping with the kids. And that I think is so wonderful that they have these old horses that just kind of babysit kids.
That is awesome.
Teach them how.
Yeah, give them the nutrition they need to extend their life as long as you can, and
Sure.
keep them happy and healthy. And those stories are very heartfelt and
Oh,
great
yes.
to hear. Yeah.
And then the old stud horses that I had another story about that while I was here. These 25, 29, 30-year-old studs that are still actively breeding and doing fine, even though some of them had been sterile, and they come back and they start breeding again. And mares that have been anestrus, they hadn't cycled for several years. And they put them on total equine, and all of a sudden they're babies. And these are just heartwarming stories that I hear
Yeah.
to help these people keep their horses healthy and going on for a long time.
So you feel like that's a connection from the digestive system to the reproductive system, just helping all of it?
Oh yes, and it all starts in the digestive system.
Right.
If we have a healthy hindgut, we have a healthy horse.
Yeah.
And that's just goes without saying. Everybody kind of accepts that. So the environment in the small intestine and the cecum and colon are so critical, and that's why we add some seaweed to this program, and that's what keeps the gut environment so healthy. And rarely do I hear about people with ulcers in their rope horses, if barrel horses or whatever, when they're on total equine, because that's a big issue that I hear about, especially in barrel horses, more so than any other group. Maybe the barrel racers are more concerned about their digestive health. I don't know. Maybe team ropers aren't that concerned. No, just kidding. but we do get that feedback that ulcers go away when they go on total equine, and rarely do we get a report of ulcers. So they don't. That saves them a lot of money on all the ulcer prevention additives that are out there.
Right.
I don't know how many there are, but they're very common, and they're widely used, probably sometimes when they don't need to be, just as a precaution, and that's fine. But so and other additives we really don't need. The joint compounds and the hoof growth supplements. Total equine typically will grow a new set of hooves on a horse every 5 months. And so in the process, you rarely ever have any hoof problems, cracks, chips. If they're growing fast, they don't have time to go bad. And I've even had people here at the roping tell me about how they put horses on total equine, and the navicular problem they had went away.
Wow.
That pleases me a lot, because people spend a lot of time and sleepless nights with navicular,
Yeah.
mostly sleepless nights.
I know that can be so devastating. So
yeah.
if it's helping that's awesome. And you have had a product called Equine 15, but you have some new plans.
Oh yes, Equine 15. That's a kind of a new product, and that is that one that we have had. Excuse me.
It's all good.
We have had.
You're a busy man, and on previous shows, you've given out your own cell phone number,
Yeah.
and you will talk to people and help them with their program and give
Right.
them info. So I think that's awesome.
No problem.
But yeah, Equine 15.
Equine 15 is a new product in the market. I've been playing around with it for several years, testing and trying it and developing. And it's a simple product of 2 ingredients, natural ingredients. One's a mineral, and one's a compound that I can't really tell you about or describe. But it's certified that it's antiviral and anti-inflammatory. So the antiviral is important because they have documented in the laboratory that this will stop the growth rate of several different common viruses. And every one they've tried it with, it has worked, like herpes virus, and swine flu virus, and some of those kind. They've stopped the growth rate. And what to do when you attenuate, which that's what it does, we call it attenuate, you slow up the growth rate enough so that the immune system takes over and can control it. The virus is still in the environment, but it can't harm the animal because the immune system is overriding it. So that's one side of this product. The other side is the anti-inflammatory, which what takes the inflammation out of various parts of the body, like joints.
Mm-hmm.
We've seen, over the years, I've had people with horses, older horses, that could hardly pick their feet up. Their joints just would not give.
Mm-hmm.
Put them on Equine 15, and all of a sudden they're limber as a colt. It just takes the antioxidant properties of it and removes that oxidative stress, which causes that inflammation in the joints. So those are the two major items. However, what stuff they didn't research and talk about is that I've had it take sarcoids off horses. I've had it stop cancer on horses. And those skin problems, I've had it heal up old scars that disappeared after time. I don't know why. I wish I could explain it. I may learn someday. But right now, all I know is what it does.
Yeah.
And now, what we've been selling it in canisters, and you take a teaspoon a day on top of your feed. Now we're going to incorporate it in the feed itself, so the Total Equine users do not have to worry about any top dress. It's one more thing they don't have to worry about.
Yeah, so many more benefits, and you add it in, it's already done. So,
right.
And on top of the convenience of that, it's so convenient now to get Total Equine. Chewy has been huge for you guys, the #1 horse feed on AutoShip, right?
Yes. They told us well into it that all of a sudden they did let it slip that we were the #1 horse feed in AutoShip in Chewy, which really made me puff up.
You should.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And just recently, we're added to a bunch of regional chain stores.
Yes,
us
within
about
the
that.
last year, we're in. I should have counted before I came in, but I think we're in at least 6 or 7 regional chain stores that we weren't in this time last year. And then that's not even the biggest one.
Yeah.
We just signed on with a little outfit called Tractor Supply, and it's interesting because we were they said, okay, we'll try it in about 700 stores. Okay, fine. They ordered some feed. A couple of weeks later, I checked to see how they were doing, if they had any feedback. They said, yeah. And then they contacted Corey and said, why don't you just put all of our stores on your website? There are 2,500 of them.
2,500. Wow.
That we now have 3,650 outlets in the United States. And Canada is opening up, and that looks real exciting. We've been up there for 6 months, maybe 7 months, and we're already in 4 of the provinces with stores, all the way from British Columbia. Well, no, 5, because all the way over to Ontario.
Okay. Well, I've fed your product for a long time.
I know.
And have loved it, and been able to see so many benefits. And I also love seeing the progress all these years, all the interviews that we've done, and just how you've branched out and how many horses you're reaching. It really is impressive. You should be proud of all that.
Well, we are super proud of it. And yes, when we first working together, I was really pushing to get a few dealers here and there. And I had a lot of empty spots. I don't remember how many dealers I might have had back that time, probably 400 or 500.
Yeah, this is amazing. That's really cool. And you're always giving back. You've been one to step up at the very beginning with breakaway roping, sponsoring that from the days at the American. Now you're involved in so many things within the World Series finale, also the USTRC, the Patriot, and so many other events. You give back to this industry, and I think that's awesome too.
We enjoyed that because we appreciate the loyalty to in these places.
Yeah.
I was telling somebody came by, and here at South Point, they said, I was down in the stall area, and they said, we're seeing an awful lot of your bags down there. And I said, oh,
that's good.
Yeah, that's good. Thank you for letting me know.
Yeah. When I was at the ranch sorting finals in Fort Worth, I think you gave a bag to each finalist. And
yes.
So there were a lot of bags there too, and it's great. Everyone appreciates all that you do so much.
Right, and I've learned yesterday that It looks like they're going to have Total Equine available at South Point feed store. So when people come to town and they run out or they didn't bring it or whatever,
It's already here.
It'll be here waiting for them.
Good. Well, that's great news.
Yeah,
All kinds of good things happening.
I don't know if that's the official announcement yet, but I got that rumor from Chewy. I mean, from Tractor Supply.
Some insider info right there. I like it. Corey, I know, has been doing some podcasts over at the booth. He does all the social media. There's a YouTube channel. So a
Yes.
lot of different ways to keep up with you and so many of the people that you partner with, too.
Oh, absolutely. We have over 700 videos on YouTube now that they can go to. And Corey's doing lots of podcasts, and they're drawing a lot of attention. We did one. We had one go out and announcing the Tractor Supply thing, kind of informally, and I forget what he told me. They were like 400,000 hits by the afternoon of the day it went out.
That's
that was
great.
on Dale Brisby's site.
Oh, yeah. I see Dale on there every now and then.
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah, and Charmaine was over there just the other day, and then she
Yes.
came over to talk some barrel racing.
Yes,
and
we
so-
had the Queen.
Yes. Yeah, she's amazing, too. Well, anything else we didn't talk about that you want to mention? I know you offer, obviously, Total Equine is so popular here, but if someone has a horse, they usually have a dog and maybe a goat and some cattle, and you offer products for everything.
Okay. Thank you for mentioning that. No,
Yeah.
Total Canine is one of our good movers now. It's getting better, but we're expanding that.
Okay.
We've had the base product has been pork meal with a little chicken in it. Now we're going to offer one with chicken first, like people want, and then some pork meal, and then the third one will be a salmon product. Salmon seems to be the one people really want,
Okay.
and it's going to be very expensive, but people say, I don't care. If they want it, they want it. So that's coming down the road here, hopefully by the first of the year. And then we're going to be coming with horse treats. People have been wanting those too. So you want it, you get it. so
That's a good motto.
those are about the only new products we're going to have, other than the modification with the Equine 15 in the Total Equine. So I'm not sure what I'm missing. I'm sure I am. Oh, we do have a goat product
Yeah.
that is wonderful if people will just give it a try, but it's not been very easy to get that moving. Also, I was talking to some people, some ranchers here. We have a mineral. I have two minerals that we are pretty proud of. One is what we call grass pasture mineral. One is called sheep mineral. I've been using the sheep mineral in West Texas for 4 or 5 years now, and the people that use it out there say, well, one in particular, she runs a whole bunch of Dorper sheep, and Claire tells me that she's never had as good a lamb crop as she has every year now with my mineral. I just got a story about my cattle, the mineral, the grass mineral. I have a customer that about 5 years ago, maybe more than that, he asked me to formulate a mineral for his cows. That's how this all started.
Okay.
So I did, and because he was having fertility problems. He said, I just not getting the calf crop I should. He was doing everything he could with these cows, and he just couldn't get up there in that high 90s or mid 90s. So I made a mineral, put it out there, and that's all he's done to his cows for several years now. He doesn't bother them. He doesn't preg check. He doesn't do any of that so-called management to get a bigger calf crop, because sometimes you can cheat on your percent of calf crop, right? By preg checking. He just weaned his calves without preg testing or vaccinating his calves, nothing. He had 94.5% calf crop of every cow he had on the place on 530 some cows.
Wow.
That's pretty hard to beat. So I've been talking to a few people here at the rope, and that have ranches, and they're quite impressed with that kind of. And the cost is not big because they don't eat much even to start with, probably 2.5 ounces. And he said every year they eat slightly less on the average, and still performing.
They're getting what they need.
Yet once you get them satisfied, they don't take near as much.
Wow, so interesting.
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome.
And we're still trying new products.
Yeah, the feed products and mineral. We can't forget Total People. I take that every day.
Oh, Total People, yes.
And my grandma, she's a huge believer in that. She takes it every day and
She's
loves it.
still on it, huh?
She does, yeah.
Wow, that's great. She's been on it a long time.
She has.
Yeah. Total People Plus is the simplest thing I probably have, and that is it's simply a vitamin and trace mineral. I think the trace minerals and the seaweed in there are more important than the vitamins.
What makes the difference?
Yeah,
Interesting.
that's what makes the difference of all kinds of things. Fingernail growth, hair growth, joint health, digestive, whatever.
Yeah.
It just helps you feel better.
Yeah, it definitely does.
And they can get that online.
Yep. On the website, you can find all the details. Of course, all the stores mentioned, Chewy. It's great to have so many ways to find the products. Anything else I didn't ask you want to add? We sure appreciate you being a sponsor here at the World Series finale. Their booth is just right here by the set. It's on the arena concourse. So if you're in Las Vegas, you can come by and visit with Dr. Harry Anderson. Anything else you want to add?
No, I think that should do it.
Lots of great info. Always fun to get to have a conversation. Thank you for everything you do for me and the whole industry. It's much appreciated.
By the way, when this phone rang, my number is on every bag.
Yeah.
And it rings right here.
That's so true. And I've always complimented that because you give out your cell phone number to anyone and everyone. Yeah. If you want to have a conversation, talk horse feed, have any questions, he's open to that. So Dr. Harry Anderson from Total Feeds, we so much appreciate them as sponsors of the World Series of Team Roping finale. I'm Amy Wilson. We're here in Las Vegas, and we appreciate you watching.